Contraband. Contraband. I really need to start coming up with better puns for my intros. Contraband is a remake of an Icelandic thriller that stars Mark Wahlberg as Chris Faraday, a former New Orleans smuggler who's brought back into the business when his wife's idiot younger brother ends up foiling a run, and so he must have to pay back the debt to a crazed drug dealer played by Giovanni Ribisi. Contraband is January action movie release written all over it. I was not digging the trailer at all. It looks so generic, and even with Mark Wahlberg in it, I just wasn't impressed by anything that was really in it. And that's exactly what I got in this film, a very generic January action movie that I'll forget about in the next few days or so. Sometimes the overall consensus on Mark Wahlberg's acting is a little mixed, but I really like the guy. He has delivered some very good performance in his career, whether it's Boogie Nights, The Fighter, or The Departed, which are my three favorites in particular. And here he knows what kind of movie this is. He knows that he doesn't have to take his performance too seriously. He holds his own to a considerable degree and delivers a convincing enough performance that held my attention for most of the film. For the role that Kate Beckinsale plays, so really any actress that could have played her, she's basically the girl who we've seen in a lot of movies every year, and that's basically what her role is, in which she really doesn't have that much to do at all. And I didn't even know that Ben Foster stars in this movie, and I gotta admit, I really like the guy, but it seems that ever since The Messenger, the movies that he's chosen to star in, including this and The Mechanic, which was ironically in New Orleans as well, they both really haven't stooped to the real acting potential he proved in The Messenger, and I'd really like to see him choose some better projects in the future because he's just kind of going on a bit of a downward spiral lately. And isn't it just me, or does he look like one of the long-lost relatives of Breaking Bad's Aaron Paul? I swear, these two look like they're so closely related to each other. There are some times where I think Giovanni Ribisi is a decent actor, but this is definitely not one of them. He overacts to such a huge degree as this crazy drug dealer with a hick southern accent, and he just got on my nerves so much. He was just annoying. He had poorly written lines, his accent got on my nerves pretty quick, and they tried really hard to make him look threatening, especially with the biker tattoos and all this stuff all over him, with the hair slicked back. He didn't look like a threatening drug dealer. He looked like a biker that did porn on the weekends. The direction is average, and the way they decide to shoot certain scenes in the handheld format gets a little repetitive and annoying at times. However, I will admit that there was one sequence involving an armored truck heist that really had my attention. It was actually pretty exciting at some points, and it lasted for about 5 minutes. That was definitely the most exciting scene in this movie. Everything else just didn't really match up to it. I feel like there was a huge lack of action in this movie, in which that big set piece was really the only exciting one in the whole entire film. Now, as I said before, Contraband was a movie that I wasn't really looking forward to. I thought it looked average from the trailers, and it was going to be another one of those January releases, and that's exactly what it was. An average January release that only has very few bits of excitement. But I'll give credit that the acting was decent as well, and that's why I'm going to give Contraband 2 out of 5 stars. So I hope you enjoyed my review of Contraband. Make sure to check out my website, calicriticscorner.blogspot.com, where you can check out all the written reviews that I posted, and also follow the WeLiveFilm.com collaboration to get and check on everyone else's thoughts on this movie, including several others, and also leave a comment below on what your favorite Mark Wahlberg movie is. So in the meantime, I'm Tyler from Calicritic Reviews, and I'll see you guys later.